Folks, I'm going to tell you 5 quick facts about black bull markets. Now, did you know, number 1, they're New Zealand FMA regulated? Number 2, did you know they have a copy trading service where you can either be a signal provider or copy signals? And number 3, did you know they've got over 26,000 tradable assets, including Forex, crypto, stocks, indices, and even more? And number 4, did you know they offer 500 to 1 leverage? And number 5, if you open up an account today and trade 1 lot a month, they're going to give you TradingView Pro for free. Check them out, Black Bull Markets.
try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the stream. Sorry about that. I was having a little bit of technical difficulties with my browser not connecting for some reason. I have no idea why. If you can hear me and see me, then just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. So as you can see, I put this here because the unresolved buy side right here. DXY, on the other hand, this is the DXY opening gap and dog. Yeah. So with that, what we're looking for is price needs to shift. It's just come and taking these equal highs right here. And it's shifting to go lower to come in, and it's reflected on all the other charts as well. I seem to unresolved on the buy side for GU. Unresolved on the sell side is taken. Good. It's great to have everyone in here again. Liquidity this morning is actually really, really thin. What I mean by thin is that if you look at the side here, the pip range, it's very, very tight. Oh yes, of course. There we go. Let me actually just check. Just check on YouTube quickly. What it sounds like. Just check on YouTube quickly. Still a bit loud. I'll turn it down some more. Sounds like. Just check on YouTube quickly. Is there anything on top of that? Let's see. If you're trading in the afternoon, you know exactly where price is going after yesterday's stream. Gold did it again. So right there in gold, we had a market structure shift. The fair value gap in price. I'm really impressed with gold. It follows my strategies like really well. Really impressed. But you see how thin it, like how tight this range is, how small it is. I don't like that very much. So we have lots of buy side. And we are here in this Hong Kong gap where that's where we came to yesterday. Beautiful. As I said, we were around here yesterday. I said I'm expecting price to come all the way down here, and it has, so that's nice. There's even lower prices as well. I was taken. I'll go look at AUD. Go back to the comments. Hey, why are you on British Pound when it's not the London session? Because all currencies do move. But what we're going to do today is we are going to see if a trade's coming out. There is medium impact news coming out in at 9:30. So there's medium impact news coming out right here this time. And that's on AUD. So with AUD having unresolved buy side over here, and yesterday's session over here, this week's MMG is set. Last week's MMG is on the buy side as well. So I'm actually looking short term at longs in the currencies and DXY going short. Yesterday's news over here, they came out early at 9:15. Okay, for news was this driver, and then this leg needs to be offered fair value, which funnily enough lines up with the weekly as well. See, that came up there, that came down, this was now offered, but then in this range. So I'm expecting sells DXY to go down. Which means everything else is going to go up, but from where? On 52. 3, 3, 2. From here. I don't see a trade set up yet, and we're not within our time. I was actually looking earlier at this being a short, but it didn't fill my my rules. In that I want to see one side taken, which it was, and then it went higher, and then from here I expect it to go down, and then from there I expect this to be the move that takes it longer from here. There's a whole bunch of liquidity here that's been built up. If you look at DXY, it's the same thing. There's a whole bunch of liquidity residing underneath every single one of these lows. And then there's equal lows down here. And so I'm expecting price to come down. But we'll see. If I want to rage it past this one, which is on euro, you can see that point here, that is the same as that there. Yeah. So this is what I see as the algorithm. What I mean by that is price is doing its thing over here, right? Then what we have is we have a drive for liquidity. So this right now in longs is like high resistance in the way. It keeps on driving up. And then what's going to happen is it's going to snipe some out these highs, and then it's going to come lower. You can see it's represented here as well in GBP. We have this one, we have this one, we have this price here. It's all being kind of, it's algorithmically driving it down to a certain point for it to switch. I've actually been recently watching other videos of how people trade, other traders. And it's actually been quite interesting to see. They put like trend lines on their charts, equilateral trend lines. So what do you take that and you press Control C, like do things like this, and they're like, okay, if price goes above this, then they take an entry. It can work. I've seen it happen. It's amazing how all these different systems and ways of viewing the markets are actually very similar. It's just we approach them differently. No, Dean, I'm okay with anyone. It doesn't matter. Tom, haven't missed anything yet. Although I was actually eyeing a trade. I was wanting this to pan out. I wanted this to take the highs here and then go lower, but it just ran lower like this because it has a liquidity, that perfect liquidity there. This liquidity here. If you look on the 5 tick chart, what you'll see is that within this time, price literally just creates a little square. Because I was like, I'm so short because I want that price. Yeah. Again, it doesn't respect the rules. So what does that mean now? Well, Hong Kong gap has been set up. So let's just pre-do it before the indicator kicks in. It'll be here. The 9 closing right there. You might be wondering, what is this big box? Well, if you remember yesterday on the daily, I said that I'm expecting a price to come for one of these first, and it's come for this one first. So it's filling this fair value gap in. And then next, we're going to have this. It's going to go up. Unless it just carries on going down, because August is traditionally a month of sells. That looks pretty convincing.
Somebody who could save him instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them.
That's really convincing, actually. Let's see what this next candle gives us. Might should take the trade on AU today. Let's wait for this candle to close. I have a sneaky suspicion, because they built these equal highs in right over here, that this first one that you see right now on AUD, that this breaker structure, you can see there's been breaker structure, we have equal highs up here. I don't know, I have a sneaky suspicion that this equal lows, that this is going to get snapped. And if it pans out without me, oh well, that's okay. You can see price came up, broke structure here. We have the fair value gap that's in there. I would normally take that as a long. DXY. The other two are going up. Euro's broken and it's going. G's break king and it's gonna go. I think this is an AU trade today. Wow. I want to see this one taken. But again, we've got news coming out and it's medium impact. There was slight divergence between the lows. So if you look at DXY here, and you see here, we have this price coming down and this price equal. Are we open yet? No, we're open in 14 minutes. Let's see. Haven't broken this yet. It's irrelevant. It's interesting. They came down, created the wick, started the candle. Now we're coming, filling in that wick. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. In the 1 hour, you can see here that price right there coming down from the highs over there. Yeah, coming all the way from there, all the way down to here was the low of the wick. Then you create the body of the candle, which is right there. And then we've come down. And then this, so that's, wicks are considered in ICT's mind to be gaps in price. So we have, that's a gap that's been filled. There's all of this, these are all gaps that need to be filled. You can see that the low, that this point over here on GBP on the 1 hour, you can see is the wick, the bottom of the wick right here. That right there is a wick. It's the bottom of that wick getting filled in. Good 5 minutes. 4 minutes until the price definitely going to come down. He's creating a nice thick pool of liquidity right here. Is that it? Right there? So it's a long. Everything else going long? AU? It's broken up here. It's clear conviction. So what do you... So we're in the zone right now.
Inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I want to be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's
This is a Euro play. Maybe. Highs. How far is that? 5 pips. Go lows. Go highs. Yeah. I was jumping into this one here. The candles aren't the same. Yeah, Euro actually set up beautifully. You can come back down to here. That wick, that candle right there, on the chart's different. So let me just present my screen quick. So you can see here, compared to TradingView, there, that volume imbalance, it's in price. Let's take it higher. GU, didn't have it. Oh wait, what's going on now? Why is it being all frisky? It's being frisky. Yeah, and we have 0.25 risk. And, so I'm just keeping an eye on DXY this whole time while this is happening. Because we've just come into the opening gap, we've just taken this liquidity down here. But that's 630. If we're looking on DXY, we have 635. That zone there took the sell side, it's taken the buy side. And I'm expecting it to continue to go lower. $259 is right here. You can see how it bounced literally from the closing of 259. It's just gone, it's just ramped and come down. Might actually get out of this because now there's liquidity on the sell side. With news coming in, 14, 15. Well, this is 15. It's open. We're open to the buy side. You push up. Which leads to everything in confluence. But again, there is news this morning. So Euro is almost there. It's making it. Yeah, it's not very convincing because of the lows underneath here. Ah, yeah. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. So now we have this one pushing right here. I want to see it break through that convincingly to continue. Otherwise, I want to get out. Might actually just where's 2R on this? It's up here. Convinced? That was not convincing. Convincingly, please. It's gonna close 50% of it, and then hold the rest. What's the commission? 20. So that's over here. Because news is coming, and I don't want to be on the wrong side of news. In case if news comes, you don't want to be on the wrong side of news. Because if it decides now that it's going to start to stall, so I got out of my 50% over, so 50% of the actual leg. I got out over here with 50%, and then the rest I've pulled my stops up now to 653. Particularly 65347. 65347. It's just underneath this candle here. That's where my stops are now. And so I'm just letting the rest ride. It's GBP, still got buy side. Hasn't come to it. Hong Kong gap to the buy side as well. So right here, it needs to fill. Euro, it's filling. It's actually just tapping on its DXY. AUD, yeah, Hong Kong gaps to the buy side. Straight up. Let's go. Oh. Euro set a whole bunch of equal highs right here. And does that, I like seeing that, especially when you're going up. If it breaks that on Euro, it will definitely continue just because of the fractals. There we go. It's broken. That's going to continue. Up we go. Dun, dun. Hong Kong ding. Hong Kong's coming back down. This is why it's called the Hong Kong gap. So what was that question about why I'm looking at EU and GU showing Asia? You know why? Literally, you can play out every single move. You can just read it. Like a book. Like a book. Let's change this. Don't know why I'm getting into don't know why I'm getting into this when news is coming out in like how many minutes? 7 minutes. Lows like this. Might just like snap and go up again. Or it might do the other opposite. Euro is behaving beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. Mistakes what doing. That fractal is created there, it's going down. Yep. That means that everything else should go up. Should. See what I meant? The algorithmic leg, where it does this and it gets very square. It literally goes book, 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 book. It's literally like lines. You can literally see what's happening. Now that that wick has been created down there, I'm actually going to move my stops up a little bit higher. And move that to here. So you can see I've done it. You can see how like square it is here. This whole square price it pushed away to come back to fill it, and then it created the algorithmic leg to pull price lower, high resistance, to then have a low liquidity and security run to the buy side. Which is happening here. If it doesn't reach this price at 11.29, I'm getting out because news is releasing at 30. Sorry, the 9:30. My time it's 11:30. But I do expect it to continue to push. Yeah, Euro's been beautiful. So Euro's pushed all the way above these highs right here. Continuing. GU is about to do the same thing. And AU about to do the same thing as well. But GU right now has just filling in its Hong Kong gap, its HKG, and the DXY. So you know what? This time, the high's been taken, all that kind of stuff. I'm actually just going to full exit my position. So GU, the DXY, is this gap over here. They have a little bit of price up here. What's it? 7,200. Yeah, 7,200. Then down to here. And so that is the DXY gap. The Hong Kong gap has also just been tapped into, filled. And now it's left a whole bunch of sell side with equal lows at the bottom. And of course, the highs over here were taken. And whenever highs are taken, I'm always conscious that as a reversal trader, which I am, I feel like whenever there's a low taken, there's quite a high probability that it's going to actually do the opposite. So what I mean by that is you can see here from a big like time, there's a whole bunch of liquidity resting above here. As soon as that's been taken, we might get a reversal now to come back down to these lows over here, which aren't represented in TradingView. These ones over here are like the next kind of target in a way. So if you pull this out, what you'll see is that this low gets taken. What happens? It makes a reverse. It makes it like a little reversal in price. It then has the next low, which gets taken, and then has a little reversal in price. And then that last low gets taken and has a little reversal in price. As soon as that structure shifted, we then have now bullish structure. But now it's leaving behind a whole bunch of beautiful liquidity. is an algorithmic leg right there. 2, 3. What's it doing? It's driving above these highs to go into here. Then highs are set, comes down. Anyways. Yeah, I'm out of AU because it's 29 now, so you had to be out. So again, that perfect little place right there, that if you had a 5-second chart, you'd see that that's literally, it's like candles that are just a one flat line with like wicks on both sides, and it's just the same. That is always a target. You can see here, goes up away from it, and then hits down, hits the target. Here, to perfection, right there, that's target. GU, over here, and EU, not taken its respective sell side yet, but there's a whole bunch of buy side up here. Right. That highs have been taken, highs have been taken, highs are about to be taken. Let's go look at AU. Oh, if I held that, it would have been fine. But again, I don't like trading the news. So I'd rather be out of my position. But yeah. Where did I get out? $5.405. There's a high probability now that it's going to change. Just looking at GU on the 15 minutes, there's fair value up here in this gap right here. That's fair value. On the sell side though, has been tapped into, but there's also fair value on the sell side in this leg. Let's go look at EU. These lows were taken, and there was cheeky price reversal. Candle. That little blue thing there. Oh, that's when I put the thing on the chart. Of course. Okay, so that was great. Nice clean trade. If you enjoyed, are you in any trades right now? No, I'm not in any trades right now. I exited my position over there. I did want to take it to these highs, but because news was at 8:30. Sorry, 9:30. I didn't want to be in the trade, but we still walk away with I'm only risking. If you see up here on my thing, I'm only risking 0.25, which is like $200, $250. And today I made 300, so it's like a 1 point something percent. It's not bad, not bad at all. Because the account's coming back. We were in a bit of drawdown, and now we're only just under 1% now. We'll draw down, so it's not too bad. What happened was yesterday was actually quite a nice little trade on what was it euro? Yeah, it was here. See the trade right there in euro. So exactly the same thing. I had my liquidity set up. It took the highs and then came down. I had my TP set. Oh, this is where the initial TP is, and then I cut the trade here. That's why. But you can see that TP was hit. And then it continued going down. If I held that the whole day, like that move in of itself was, I think, like 1,000. How much was it? 1,583. So looking at that little small move, if you multiplied that by the whole day, I would have been on like 4 or 5%. Oh, sorry, 4 or 5k. And AU is about to hit that TP as well. There we go. So that would have been a completed move on all 3 pairs. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And it happens every day. You can see here that this has been taken now. GBP has just ramped all the way up here. Euro has come to where it's supposed to be. And it's done. My window of opportunity took the entry, went up to profits, and sorted. Okay, beautiful. So now let's get into the fun part, not the boring part. The fun part is the backtesting. What's my max loss? Max loss is 8%. So I had to get my account down to like 92,000 to lose it. Which we're using the way that I trade and the amount that I'm trading. I would have lost, I don't know. Let's just close this quickly. Don't need that open. I would have lost, what did I say? It's good. Like I said, it's going to take me like 36 losses in a row with commissions and stuff for me to lose the account. What does DXY do now? So right now, what does DXY do? Well, we're not within my window of trading. So I wouldn't be involved because it's not my time. I'm going to stick to my rules hardcore now because I want to pass this challenge. With DXY, let's just go into this. We're going to the 1 hour time frame. Let's just move that. What we have over here on DXY is, yeah, I just see sell side. Honestly. Because buy side's been taken, we've come into let's pull on the daily. That previous weekly opening, that's what this white thing is. What we have here is actually very balanced price on the daily for DXY. It's come up, it hasn't left any. So there was a little bit of, it's been left a tiny bit down here. Very tiny bit at the bottom over here. Which is in alignment with that volume imbalance, which is the daily opening. You can see the high of this candle right there and the low of that candle. That is a tiny imbalance that's been left. Then price went up, it filled this one, it came down, filled that in almost, came up, it filled this one, came up. There is sell side down here. There's sell side in this candle here. Going further up, the wick is a gap. What happens with gaps? Well, they get filled. So it gets filled, goes up, we are now currently within this fair value gap. Let's come up. What is that? Was that consequent encroachment of the move? Let's see. No, that was mean threshold. 50% of the body of this candle. It hit the mean threshold, and then it's making a little bit of a move back. Which, funny enough, was the Hong Kong gap from this day. And then continued. It's possibly today going to balance the rest of this wick down to the sell. You can see down to the sell side right here, and then let me just put that here, and then make its way back up to fill the rest of this, fair value gap in price. Again, I am short on the macro because normally August is shorts, meaning DXY is going up and everything else is going down. Let's go into the daily here and you'll see the same thing happening. So on the daily, we have gone up. There is still a little bit of a fair value gap that's been left here in price. So that was that fair value gap that was tapped into. We have the Hong Kong gap, also same thing here, coming down on the sell side. You have mean threshold, which is 50% of that leg, or 50% of that fair value gap itself. So we have that over there. That would be consequent encroachment. You can see how they line up quite well. And then from there, it just ramps downwards. And then it continues. Sell side on euro, the nearest one that I can see is the wicks. It's filled. That's filled. Is there any more sell side? It's this one down here. If we're going to have a month of going down, I'm expecting, as I've already put them in my chart, I'm expecting lower prices. But as always with most legs, is that there will be some kind of retrace, like this fair value gap in price. There's still a little bit left over here. So we could make a move going higher, because as we're coming down now, you can see that we're being offered. That was again mean threshold. We then have the wick taken, because that was probably a public holiday of some sort. And then we have, there's a tiny one in here. A tiny fair value gap over here on the buy side. And we have lower prices, because again, all of this needs to be filled, all of these fair value gaps. And it's continued going downwards to take out the rest of this liquidity. You can see here that this day over here, so this red one here, took out that candle right there, bang. Then it made a movement to come back up to fill in. So as it opened, there's price. What you'll see on the daily specifically is that when it opens over here. Okay, then it pushes up because it needs to fill this fair value gap in price. It needs to fill the rest of this in. And it does that with a wick, and then goes to your mean threshold, and then continues going down. Okay, but now there's a little one on the buy side here that's been left. But later on, so the difference between mean threshold and consequent encroachment is that consequent encroachment is the 50% of any gap, meaning a fair value, not a fair value gap, like an actual gap, okay, like a void or a wick or something like that. That is consequence encroachment. Mean threshold is the bodies of a candle. So you can see with this candle going up over here, as it comes up, price opens, it has to go back and fill that in. Where does it go to? We can put the low over here, the high over here. It almost hits 50% and then makes its way back up. So today, what you can see here on GBP is that price is trying to push its way back up here. Where that high is right there that I put in, which you can see, where is it? Over here, this liquidity that hasn't been taken, that is almost at 50% perfect. So yes, it's going higher. So okay. So Vincent. As soon as you understand how I trade and the way that I trade and how I analyze things, like your view kind of like shifts in a way. It's beautiful. So again, if everything aligns up perfectly, where's price going next? Anyways, now that we've done our trade and we've had fun for the day, let's do some back testing of some exotic pairs that I don't usually trade. So what are we thinking today? Okay, what are we thinking? Thinking that Hong Kong gap's going to be left open and that price is just going to continue ripping, even though there is sell side in the Hang Seng right down here. That buy side that we indicated before was set. I had no interest in this one. Good. Ooh, it's tasty. It's ripping. And guess what? I was on the correct side of the news. What you find most often is that you generally are on the correct side. Could I explain what is backtesting? Backtesting, basically I'm going to use my strategy. Hurry, because I do trade Euro and GBP and AUD. I'm always doing analysis on those. I want to do something that's like different. So whether it's GBP JPY or AUD NZD or Euro AUD or whatever, I want to see if my strategy works on those as well, and which times that they do it, to see if it works on other pairs at the same times. I did gold yesterday and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. See this liquidity? Taken. This liquidity is coming. This one got a ways to go. You have got a ways to go. See here on the buy side? Got a ways to go. Why am I thinking longs today instead of shorts? I'm thinking longs today because the week previous, okay, so this one over here, this MMG not that one. Okay. The week previously, where is my MMG? Do you see here? Today, this week, that MMG is set. Last week's MMG is up here. My whole theory, okay, there, from there. My whole theory with this liquidity not being filled, these equal highs being set over here, is so that price can be drawn towards this one tomorrow. But it seems like a large way to go. I mean, how big is that? 9.4 till 0.71. That's almost like 100 pips. I don't think it'll play out, but it might. It has to be drawn to there. And then this MMG is used next week, Friday. So if price goes up here, starts creating whatever, then what you'll have is price will come back down here next Friday. That's my bias, weekly bias. Do I draw a new one every day and set my take profit there? Every day it is set. So well, the ones that I keep on my chart are the previous week's ones. So what you'll see here. If I do this, and I'll just do 10. Is that you have your Hong Kong gap there. The next day, you have your Hong Kong gap here, which gets filled beautifully. We then have our next Hong Kong gap, the next Hong Kong gap, and the next one. And today's one. Okay, so let's get into it. The security has been taken and there's a reaction from it. Ah, beautiful. Okay, let's continue. So what's next? Let's do EA. Is that Euro AUD? So there's AUD, there's AUD NZ. Everyone wants to do AUD. So let's do AUD NZD. And it's fine. Let's do this one. Want the Hong Kong gaps, don't want that one. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Beautiful. Wednesday. Okay. Let's minimize this. Let's go back. Okay. First of all, we have to now figure out where we are in price and time and how this pair reacts. So I'm just going to go back quickly and see what it does. What times does it react from the most? London move. London as well. That's New York. Sometimes big movements in Asia. New York, London, Asia, London. Okay. Does it respect it? Generally, yes. Okay. So let's hit it. AUD NZD, let's go. Go forward in time. This looks like it's getting ready to sell. See. Outside first. So that then I would think of as a long. So let's see, does it respect fair value gaps? I don't know. Let's see. There. That one? Hasn't filled yet. Just by waiting for the actual impulse leg with this pair. Interesting. Let's hit the next time zone. Now we are in London and I see buy side. Especially with the Hong Kong gap and DXY. Let's just remove the MMG quickly so I can see clearer. It's only giving me DXY, it's not giving me the Hong Kong gap. Well, there's actually a gap in price here, 258 closing. You see that in the time? So you see the time here at the bottom? It says 258, and the next one is 303. So I take the closing of 258 for that one. Then we have 9, 15. That is the Hong Kong gap. Now, what did price do? Well, price came away from it, shifted, and went back down to the Hong Kong gap. So now London, I'm expecting it to come up to the Hong Kong gap. Let's see, time-wise, 2:30. That's pretty convincing. See what happens. No. There. Another shift. It's a news day. What day is it? Monday. Yeah, let's do it there. Isn't this equal lows down here? Let's see what time this wants to switch, because I'm expecting it to go up to here. That time? Sure. Wow. It's another shift. So, you see equal lows, stay out of this pair. Crazy. Not respecting the time. The London time. Must have been a news day. Wait for 6. Large range news day. Wait for 6. 5:30. Something shift. 6 o'clock. Upwards and go higher. See. You're gonna give me our trade. That's a big range. Huge. New session was started. Still looking for buy side, because now the same as today, this has been left open. So now we have New York. Let's see what happens. Time 4 9 50 1 2 buy side. It's going for buy side. Let's just put it there on the opening ding a ding candle. Done. That looks like it's actually going to Karen Rippon in New York.
There's no mercy in this world, just hunger thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin.
And we have next security time.
That all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor.
I'm tapping back into this over and over and over again. What's going on? We have our next security time. Where's the buy side? Where's the sell side? It's taking buy side first. It's gonna go sell side. It's time. Wait. It's not that much. It's literally like just a 1-to-1. Wait for the next time. Why are they ripping this in that late afternoon? Interesting. Oh. Sell side's been taken. Go for buy side first. And let's go. Now it's sell side. There's a shift. What time? What time is that? 40, 41. Keep quite open this down here. No, 51. Yes. Sell side. Come on. Thank you. And we wait for our next time zone. So this Judas swing is going to go lower. Okay. Left sell side. That's actually nice. And Judas gets on the buy side. The buy side's been taken. I'm trying to sell side. What time is that? I would take that as a sell. Yeah, yeah. Didn't come all the way down to fill it. Only give us 2.5. So now we have lots of sell side. And this buy side is just taken there. And so is this one. Good. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock and perfect timing. Let's hit it. All the way down here. That was taken. It's to here. Go. Set up the new session. Just gonna hold it. See what the new session does. Yeah, that is a sell for sure. It's another sell. It's gonna rip down. It might start just after 9:30, or we're waiting for it this time here. Structure. Wow. It's going to so much to say that this is a sell. So that would have. New session started. What was that? This is going to continue going down. And it's going to go even further. This is the actual move. This is the move that goes down here. Almost. Almost. But who's complaining with the 12R? No one. All this liquidity's been set. It's buy side. That was interesting. Straight after one. Didn't give us, or it gave us a consolidation to get in over here. For the indication to go higher. Fair value gap just in there. There's a slight price difference. Ever so slight. You see, if you look at this again, as you go in. The low of that candle. Cheers, Matt. Cheers, Matt. You have a great day too. So yeah, just telling everyone that today, tomorrow is going to be the last time that I'm live streaming for the current future. Just because I have family coming and I have a baby coming, so I need to look out for them, look after them. Side. Is it now? Taking it, and the time is, yeah. This is actually quite good. This will actually be a nice trade. DXY is down here. Hong Kong gap is on the sell side. 259 down there. This is definitely a sell. Oh. You see how it came? It broke. Okay, didn't work there. Do it again. There's another break. It's allow. That wick right there. I would have to see that on the broker chart. There's always information on TradingView that you can't get. So it respects the DXY at that time. Nice. 9:30, it was news. $10, we have a shift. Let's see what. Let's get into this on the 15-minute. This wouldn't have given me the opportunity to enter this one here, and it's targeting down here. You know it is. From that liquidity being taken here, it's left buy side behind. The Hong Kong gap's also on the buy side there. It's just here. I'm waiting for a shift. This does not respect the arms properly. This is definitely buy. This is going to be a buy side trade. But from somewhere in these time zones, again, this is not, again, these pairs are not my normal trading currencies. It still works the same. All the way. All the way, thank you. All the way. Nice. That was beautiful. That was a nice trade. It's 8 New York. It also has to offer. So what is the sell side? Let's see. Time tells us. Time is telling us buy side first. Nine to 10. You see a fair value gap in the price leg before. You can take it. Lunchtime? How does that work? So still buy side, but it's unresolved now. Yeah. The New York buy side's unresolved. Now we have New York sell side. Good luck. Shift. Oh. Three o'clock. Shift. I don't know. I don't know if this works the same. We'll see. Is there a move normally at like the PM time in this pair? I don't know because I don't trade it. Yes, there is. Hold it and see what happens. $4. Oh, buy side looks juicy. Buy side looks juicy. Take sell side first. Set the lows. Sell side. Thank you. We'll go buy side. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. 8 o'clock. Let's hit that one. How did this present? Does it give us an opportunity to enter? That's our opportunity. Frustrating. 9 o'clock? It's gonna be 9:30 news. 9:30. These get snapped. The 5 minute, the shift would have happened right here. Yep. Let's go. It's coming even lower. 10 o'clock. Nice. That's long. Long. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't take that. There's too much liquidity on the sell side. That's it. Does it give us an entry? Still, there's like lots of liquidity on the sell side, but might be setting it up for later. I'll be taking my partials off on this pair at 1-1, straight up. That's the only buy side. Buy side got taken first. A beautiful little thing right there to come down to the sell side. Again, like 1-1. Stop. I said that's the only buy side. Let's see what the next one tells me. I know it's cheeky. It's so cheeky. Next one is telling me buy side. 10 o'clock. There's this. I want to see something to give me indication the price coming to higher. Let's see how things. Going for the other buy side that wasn't taken. This one up here. Let's see. It really likes coming down. Like as in the same moves get made again and again. Maybe the liquidity times for this are slightly different. But I mean, no one's moaning with the 4R. Again, buy side's being set up here, so we wait. Stop. How do you even get into that? This one, this fair value gap here. So we have this gets broken, breaks it. We then have our breaker, which is this leg here. And what? Get into it that way. But I don't like all of this liquidity on the sell side. I really don't. Again, that would just be 1-to-1. Interesting pair. Really, really interesting. You go first. Asia trade would have worked. So yeah, it's very similar to what happened today. We have price pulling down as soon as it breaks the structure here, using an opportunity to enter. But the issue is that again, it's like a 1-to-1, 1 to 3.5. It's not much. Let's see what happens after this gets taken. Actually, tell us that. No. 1-to-1 again. Hong Kong gap was on the buy side. Of course it's going up. Why am I taking sells? Alright. See that liquidity, how it got taken? And then whenever you see like a spike like this on both ends, that's kind of it's an indication that it's a kind of like a manipulated day in a way. And what they'll do is that they'll pull price underneath this to build orders, and then they'll push it the reverse, and then from there they'll do the opposite to come back down to this one where I wanted to go here. So that would be your entry from a random time like 6 o'clock to come down here. Buy side. Sure, it's choppy chop in here. That's what's happening right there. That was a nice little 10. I don't know. Does it respect this fair value gap? We'll see. It needs to come up to the buy side though. Not at all. Yeah, this pair doesn't use that time. Buy side. Let's see. Probably not going to work this one, but this pair likes the 3 o'clock time actually. It's funny. This whole like 3 o'clock time. Break. Pull that out. Another break. Fair value gap. Enter. You're gonna go all the way up here. So this would have been more than a 1-to-1. Interesting. This pair is very, very interesting. Sells. It's just going up, 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 up. It's actually this over here. Let's see what happens. Candles. Push up or continue selling. Wait for that liquidity. Sell. So that little fair value gap there. That would be interesting. Then, actually, at 950 to 1010. 950 to 1010, there's a shift in structure. We have a fair value gap here. But I mean, what's the spread on this pair? We'd have to factor that in too. We'll put it at the highs of this. And it's going down. DXY. Even lower. No. Completed. Beautiful. That is my perfect Asia trade. Oh, stunning. Absolutely stunning. You can see that this works. So albeit at slightly different times and stuff. It does work though. Yeah, it's building liquidity on the buy side. But anyways, thank you so much for chilling with me today. 950 to 1010. Today's trade played out absolutely beautifully. Really, really happy about that. Came in, took liquidity. Now it's doing its thing. So you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day or night or however you are. Take care of yourselves. I personally would not like to trade AUD NZD. It just feels weird. The price action is, maybe if you traded it on like a higher time frame, it might give you like a better overall point, because yeah, you can see all the liquidity being built up over here as it comes up. Break of structure, fair value gap, enter. I think a higher time frame for this pair, like larger, longer moves, is better. Like just looking at price, I personally think the larger time frames are better. Come up, coming to fill this fair value gap. On the bottom of that fair value gap, it rides up. That's actually what is quite nice. So larger time frames, I think, is like the way to go with this pair. Let's break a structure here, fair value gap long, yeah. So tomorrow, we'll do one last one with everyone. And then that's it. What time is the Hong Kong gap EST? Well, just put everything into UTC -4 on your chart, and then do it that way. And whatever time that is for you in your time zone, it should work. Okay. So thanks so much, everyone, again, for being part of this amazing experience. And again, tomorrow's our last day for the current future. Might be back. Depends on what happens. Hopefully I don't pass before come back. I'll still be trading and stuff, so you'll see me in the weekly recaps, because this might take a month, it might take 2 months, it might take 3 months. I don't know. You know, when you have a family, you never know what's going to happen. So things might happen, and I'm just wanting to be prepared for that mentally and emotionally. And then I probably won't be able to be as consistent with streaming or anything like that. So I'd rather not impose that on you. And then that can give someone else a chance as well to have an opportunity. So thank you so much, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.